at the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping. 26 foreign leaders will attend China's V-Day commemorations.
The evening gala to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese People's War of resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War will be held on the evening of September 3rd at the Great Hall of the People. Leaders of the party and the country, veterans who fought in the war, other senior comrades, representatives of recipients of medals and honors, as well as people from various communities at the primary level, will attend the gala.
At the invitation of Chinese President Xi Jinping, 26 foreign leaders will attend China's V-Day commemorations in Beijing. They are Russian President Vladimir Putin, top leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, DPRK, Kim Jong-un, Cambodian King Norodom Sihamoni, Vietnamese President Luong Kong, General Secretary of the Lao People's Revolutionary Party Central Committee and Lao President Thongloun Sisalith, Indonesian President Prabowo Subianto, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim, Mongolian President Ukna Kurelsuk, Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif, Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, Maldivian President Mohamed Muizu, Kazakh President Kasim Jomart Tokayev, Uzbek President Shavkat Mirziyoyev, Tajik President Emomali Rahman, Kyrgyz President Sadir Japarov, Turkmen President Serdar Berdimuhamedov, Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, Armenian Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, Congolese President Denis Sassou Nguesso, Zimbabwean President Emerson Mnangagwa, Serbian President Alexander Vučić, Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico, First Secretary of the Communist Party of Cuba and Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel, and Myanmar's acting President Min Aung Hlaing. At the invitation of the Chinese government, speakers of parliaments, deputy prime ministers, high-level representatives, heads of international organizations, and former political leaders of some countries will attend the commemorations. 80 years ago, China and the Soviet Union, as the main battlefields in Asia and Europe against fascism during World War II, served as the backbone of the resistance against militarism and fascism, enduring tremendous national sacrifices. The peoples of the two countries fought side by side and supported each other, saving their nations from peril and securing the future of humanity, thus making decisive contributions to the victory of the World Anti-Fascist War. China and the DPRK are friendly neighbors connected by mountains and rivers. We warmly welcome General Secretary Kim Jong-un to come to China to attend the V-Day commemorations to mark the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, and also the 80th anniversary of the Korean Peninsula's liberation from Japan's 1910-45 colonial rule. In the strenuous times of war, the people of the two countries supported each other and jointly fought against Japanese aggression, making important contributions to the World Anti-Fascist War and the victory of the just cause of humanity.
a gala commemorating the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, will take place at the Great Hall of the People on the evening of Sept 3, 2025. Leaders of the party and state, veterans and individuals who contributed to the War of Resistance, representatives who have received honors and awards, representatives from the general public as well as other guests from all walks of life will attend the event. First, in terms of theme, this gala is themed Remember History, Honor the Martyrs, Cherish Peace, and Create the Future, which highlights the pivotal role of the Communist Party of China in the national war of resistance and fully demonstrates China's firm attitude of safeguarding world peace and security.
The foreign guests participating in this year's commemorative events mainly feature three characteristics. First, the high level of representation, with many heads of state and government. It demonstrates the great importance that countries place on this event, hosted by China, and their friendship toward our nation. Second, strong representativeness, with participants spanning 5 continents. It reflects broad international recognition of China's historical contributions during the war and its global significance. Third, extensive participation including both official and civilian representatives. Many of the international friends or their descendants are household names in China, and some attended the 70th anniversary commemorations in China a decade ago. We warmly welcome them to Beijing to join us in solemnly commemorating the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War.
This parade is an important component part of the commemorative activities of the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese People's War of Resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War, featuring complete participation factors, systematic composition, multiple weaponry, and many debuts. It is a great demonstration of the People's Army's new spirits following the CPC's leadership, new structure of its forces, and new progress in its modernization, as well as new efficacy in its combat preparation. It carries important political significance and cultural meaning in commemorating the victory of the War of Resistance and promoting the spirit of the War of Resistance. So far, we have already completed 3 comprehensive rehearsals, hitting relevant targets overall. All of the inspected troops are in high spirits. All of the weaponry to be inspected is in good shape. Everything is all ready, and we're now counting down towards the day. Let us jointly expect and look forward to the formal event on September 3rd. We are convinced that under the strong leadership of the CPC Central Committee, the Central Military Commission, and President Xi Jinping, all of the soldiers to be inspected will live up to their missions and people's expectations, and present a ground military parade that can promote the spirit of the War of Resistance, showcase the features of the times to the whole people of all country and the world at large.
不辱使命，不负重托，向全国人民